Uh, I always feel like I'm sound so arrogant when I do this stuff. I want people to improve wherever I can help. Now this one I've seen already, and it's beautiful. Beautiful piece of art here. This one. This is Cleopatrart by Julie Lacroix. I'm going to subscribe and like, and I'm going to share from the beginning. I don't know if they've had any prior experience of AI art, but this is really well done. A few issues here and there that I saw, but I'll go over that afterwards. Here we go, Cleopatrart.
Cleopatrart. Eternal queen of beauty, rise to claim your throne. The last bastion of purity, the art world has forgone. The tides have changed, the dams have burst. It's time for a return to earth. Unleash your sacred power.
Sorry, it's louder for me than for you.
With art so complacent, with no foundation, mocking our appreciation, considered abominations, masquerading as creations. But now the tide has changed, the dam has burst. It's time for our return to earth. Unleash your sacred power, flood the system with rebirth. Everything can make art, all of it can make art. Everyone can make art, all of it can make art. Everything can make art, all of it can make art. Everyone can make art, all of it can make art. Bring back beauty to the world.
Okay. So now it starts off with what I refer to as the kind of manhwa anime style, where it's the more Korean art style for the drawings. We see a lot in manhwas rather than manga or anime. Well, Korean anime, not. You know what I'm getting at. And that makes a good distinction as it goes along. Now, that was nicely done. We actually you could hear it a little bit in the breath. Actually, if I you can hear a little bit of the rumble from the AI generation, but it's not too bad. I think the sound is added in separately, and so it's been able to isolate the sound very cleanly. And the character puts their music in, enters the museum. Lara Croft. Mizuki.
Cleopatrart.
And here's where it switches over to the painterly oil brush stroke style, which I think makes a good separation between the imagined historical art style compared to the real world. The music is pretty.
The art world has forgotten, the tides have changed, the dams have burst, it's time for a return.
And even the editing is on point. It's a slower song, so it doesn't need to be as choppy as I tend to like the visual changes. So it works well. And we've got Skybrows. Representation of give you inspiration to do this. G, and I can tell you getting the horn right is hard. It's easier when you got him on his own, not in a group shot, but getting the horns right can be hard. I saw who it was in somebody else's stream. Is there a list? No, there isn't. Are they there? Can I spot you? No. Can't spot them. Oh well. It was Phantom something. Reaper Jr. Yes, I saw the Quangos. I don't know if this is meant to be Kivox or somebody else. It's an army. Angry Duck. Eustace. He's such a useful character to use around in these stuff because you can use him as cat or as humanoid cat, and he just brings such humour to even darkest of scenes, like chatting away his laughter. It's all beautifully generated, very clean, very stylized. There are some people who go for the very realistic look, and it can do realistic relatively well, but I do find that you've got to make sure if you want it to look truly good, you need to go away from realistic to artistic. Otherwise, because the human brain is designed to detect patterns, and AI isn't quite there yet with real world. That's what I thought as well for being Kivox, not being Kivox, but I can't think of who it could be otherwise. There might be somebody else. As I said, I didn't even know Reaper until I saw this video on somebody else's channel, and Reaper introduced themselves. But yeah, the human brain is designed to detect patterns. It's part of our survival evolution. Looking at a bunch of tree leaves and seeing that there's something wrong with the pattern of the leaves. It's how the brain works. We know what is friend, what is foe, what should be, what shouldn't be. But we also, that same pattern is what lets us see art the way it is. The reason why we're not just seeing a blur of colours, we see this as a face with hair. We see a sad, melancholy expression. It's a little bit bright. There's something possibly brighter in the future. It's down to our pattern recognition skills as a species. So even other chimps seem to have it, and elephants have been shown to have it. Oddly enough, dogs not so much. At least some breeds of dogs haven't seem to not have the ability to discern pictures the way we do. They don't have the color spectrum that we do for the most part. But even grayscale art, they don't recognize it as easily as humans and chimps do.
We waited for you in this age of debasement, tortured our patience with art so complacent, with no foundation, mocking our appreciation,
Beat. So fantastically edited. So yeah, Leaflet, Banana Juju, samurai version of Gaming Syndicate, Celestium, Kershaw, no cherries. There's got to be something I can pick out. Oh yeah, Mavluck was at the painting before. Yeah, this is just so pretty. You just get dragged along with it. I have no idea who this is. You've got the black hole, but it's meant to be like the event horizon of the AI. It's not we're reaching that point where it's just going to accelerate the event horizon. Shadowy guy is supposed to be someone, I think, but I don't know. And then we have got Pasta, whose icon is the flying spaghetti monster. When I was growing up, I had a friend who was a passionate Pastafarian. Yeah, he had the grok symbol on the blouse, but I don't know if that's just what his avatar has, or if he's meant to represent grok in some way. But grok is normally represented with like the flaming hair character, like a white energy. I was hoping that there would be a description down there for who this is, because it's the only character I couldn't really identify other than the earlier ones. It's like the one that's got a lot of focus on them that I don't recognise, but the others are kind of passing. Counterintelligence, counter-intellect. It's counter-intellect, isn't it? Yeah, brain. Dot pocket. Roboticus Prime, and you can still see the painterly effect going on even on the actual robot parts. Very nicely maintained. This is Kevox. Is this a variant on Bupela? A rather Incan looking version of the Cleopatra. I don't know quite what's going on there, other than the fact it's like tears and even like a tear of blood down there. I'm pretty sure no idea. Yeah, you're right, Bupela does have white hair. It's just the purple tones to the clothing. I thought it might be like a Vocaloid singing avatar that they use, maybe. Could just be a Vocaloid. I'm annoyed that these subtitles don't work for that part, because I really did want to have it really clear, because it sounds like everyone can make art, and that's true. Everyone can. Anyone can make art.
Bring back beauty to the
Return to the world, but it's like a brighter view of it. Now, in the earlier part, when it sort of does the breakthrough, it focuses very much on like Paris and the beautiful buildings there, because that's another aspect of the whole art failing in the world is architecture. There are some beautiful buildings in London, and they're being torn down one by one to be replaced by grey blocks. And what's more is the buildings that have been torn down have lasted like 100, 200 years, and the buildings that replace them, they're designed to not last more than 50. They're just cheap to build. It's just a loss of art and aesthetics in the world. This is a very well edited, very what's the word? Audited AI generation. There's very few issues I can see that aren't played to effect. I mean, these are all references to real art pieces, like the fucking butt plug. Goddamn butt plug. Even the churches are going. Even the churches are going. They're being bought up and sold off one by one, and then after a couple of years get taken down due to maintenance costs being too hard to maintain and so on. Have luck. I just love the swirling paint effect for the event horizon. See, that one there is one of those issues saying looks like it's been slowed down and it creates a stutter, but it works for the moment. It's where the errors can be used to your advantage, because this is much smoother. Yeah. Problem is that your real estate is valuable. Churches are expensive to maintain. And so the diocese decide to centralise to certain locations and sell off the expensive to maintain buildings. I'm going to share this again. 37 subscribers is absolutely horrendous. Let's up those numbers.